So you're telling me you made a documentary, waited. Okay, so Stanley died. We all knew there was some elder abuse. So is this guy cognitively there? Like, is he socially not unaware of certain things? Because like you could have made more money if you came out with this like the day out the week the day after he died, and you made it and you would do all this, and it just seems like you don't have any good sense. And you're treating it like a. This is what I'm not. This is what Penguin Zero talked about. Penguin Zero was like saying, Moist was saying, you know, the same person, but Moist was saying, oh, you're treating us like a collector's item. Like you're treating us like, oh, this is where he was abused. This is when he was like, you're showing places like you're going to places where he was abused and stuff. I'm like, and you have these collector's items that you could sell, like you were trying to sell. I'm like, he died, and you're making it more sad, a more potent. Like Stan Lee made everybody's childhood a little bit better. Right, made your childhood a lot better. Made it a little spicy. Made it a little different. Added a little bit of spice to a childhood's life, right? And now you're coming out with this doc, and you want people to pay 30 grand for it. You want to reach the goal is 30 grand, and it's like you could have made this money over and over. Like if you came out with this the week the day after he died, and you came out with all this when the outer abuse was coming out, and everyone now it was like there's no one can do anything about it, honey. No one can do anything about it, and now you're like staying on it still. You want more money? Like, is money all you think about? That's the only thing you can process is money. Money is important. Don't get me wrong, but at this point, it's like it kind of seems like you don't. Are you struggling for rent? Like you couldn't get a job at a grocery store or something? Like that was beneath you? Like you couldn't go join Walmart or something? And it's not only that. I feel like you waited so long. That's one. Two, you actually for money 300 grand. You know how this economy is so bad? We need 300 grand. If it was before like when he was dying, when it was like the time where everyone was guessing like, oh, there was outer abuse. People were talking about that, and you came out with a doc then. You see how people came out with the doc for this Dan Schneider doc when that Dan Schneider came out. It came out when people were talking about childhood actors and everything, and they just nailed it in the head. But you just waited 7 years for this to come out. For what? It's a little too late. Everyone's like done with it. Everyone has either forgotten about his elder abuse or they have moved on to a different topic. Like, what are you really on? And then it's like, you want 300 grand, $3,000, 300K from middle class people to give you money for a doc, which is basically like a collector's. That's like a collector's item. I'm like, dude, how come you didn't go to a studio? But you, I think something in your brain is socially unaware of certain things, and you have come up on this money hype thing, this money train type thing, and you only know one person you could exploit, which is Stan Lee, and he's dead, so he can't really speak for himself. So you explain his death because you had rent to pay and you have bills to pay, and you couldn't find a normal job. You couldn't find a normal job to do, right? Like a 9 to 5 that gives you health insurance and certain things, you know. You couldn't go back to school, or you go do a vocational thing or whatever. I don't know if you're plumb unhireable or you just I don't know, man. This is not a good move. Like, comment, follow.